Hello everyone, I'm Abhijit. With 18 plus years of experience as a data engineer and architect, I have worked across a wide range of data platforms, both on-premise and cloud. Today I'll walk you through an end-to-end data pipeline built using GCP Databricks, GCS and BigQuery with Delta Lake tables governed by UD catalog. A business analyst or a decision maker in most companies, data lives in many places in spreadsheet, databases, cloud buckets, and it's hard to bring it all together. Teams work in silos, insights are delayed, and scaling to AI or real-time analytics even harder. Database on GCP changes that. It combines all the pieces, storage, compute, transformation, analytics into one powerful cloud-native platform. Here's what that means. Engineers can process massive data with ease. Analysts can access trusted, clean data faster. Data scientists can build smarter models. Leaders can make better decisions, bucketed, backed by real-time insights, and it's all runs on Google Cloud secures scalable infrastructure using tools like GCS, BigQuery, and UT Catalog for governance. In simple terms, faster data pipelines, cleaner data, smarter outcomes for every team. This is high level end to end demo, not a deep dive. Whether you are shaping a strategy or building solutions, it will give you a clear understanding of how modern data platform operates and how they can add value to your role. To optimize time during this session, all necessary resources and data pipelines have been pre-configured. I will provide a detailed walkthrough and the complete documentation and source code are available in the accompanying GitHub repository for further review and implementation. Let's get started with the presentations that the workflow high level diagram, right, where you can see and the source which is basically GCS, which where we kept all the files as a source, and then we are reading the file using a data brick pipeline, and then loading it into a raw layer, which is a bronze layer, keeping the history. This is a daily job, and then there's a silver layer. Just a minute. In the silver layer, we have the cleaned and the filtered consumable data, aggregated, curated, and and the business level data, uh, which is getting pushed, pumped inside the BigQuery, and from there we are creating a dashboard, reporting, right? And that's a end-to-end flow. Now let's get into the demo. I, so we already have created resources for you as I explained. Here in the Git, I will share that link down below. With the GC, first we have to create the account, Google account. Once account is created, set up the billing, and from there we just a minute, we go down to the we go to the Databrick, search in the marketplace and partner solution, excuse me, and then we subscribe to that order, or subscribe to that application that you want to use the Databrick. Once you're subscribed, it's active. The next thing is activate all the full account. Try to use it's better to use full activate full account, or you even if you are not activating it, it's okay, but sometimes you may not have complete CPU quotas and everything, what I felt. But it's okay to not to have it. What I tried both ways, and then you go for a trial active, and then once you click on the manage provider, it will take you to the to the workspace, to the account first. Then in the account, you have to create the in the workspace, in the account you can create the workspace. So I will take you to that. So first, when you create an Google account, it should look like this. and then to the left, you can see all this, all the different services. You got billings, IAM, identity access management, marketplace, where you can have different tools. You can select purchase, and then APIs and services. Then Vertex AI, compute engines. We can see the VMs and migrating the VMs, and then Kubernetes over here, cloud storage, creating a buckets, and then security, BigQuery over here, monitoring. There are a lot more. Will not go in detail. And then once your Google account is created, the next step is to create a service account, which will be attached to the bucket, in the permission, as well as to the BigQuery storage API, so that we can access both the resources using the service principal, which will be attached later to the database cluster, right? And then here in the ecom in the this is the bucket we have created, where we have loaded all the files in the different folders, and then the permissions, having the account information, service account information. You can see that, which has a storage admin permission. Then the Google BigQuery storage API also have this same service account. Right now it is ready, the service account is ready. Then you can see the BigQuery over here, where the tables are loaded. Will show you how to load the tables. And then here you have the manage provider. When you click on it, it will take you to the account. Inside the account you have workspace, where you can create workspace. And then once you create the workspace, or catalog is getting created automatically. And then if you want to create further more meta stores, then it has to be a different region. We cannot have two meta stores in the same region. Right, and then go to the usage, where you can see the usage, right? uh, like consumption legacy, where you can see the spending, total dollar value, how much you spend. The user management, where you can see my user account. You can have service principals and groups. You can add users who can access. Then cloud resources, you can have network configurations over here. Add network configurations, private access settings, VPC setting for advanced networking. And then the preview, different previews over here available. Then setting, where you can change the plan, subscription plan, then log delivery, user provisions, and so on. And now in the workspace, you can open the workspace. When you open it, it will take you to the workspace. And then in the workspace you have different, to the left, different options. You can have notebooks and everything you can create over here. You can click create, and then you can have all these options: files, notebooks, dashboard, Genie, space, right? And then recently whatever notebooks you created or accessed will be available here. Then you can have catalogs, where you can see Unity catalog and the Hive metastore here. Right, I created in the Unity catalog, I have created bronze, gold DB, and the silver DB. And then workflow, inside the workflow we have created workflows. And then compute, the first thing is to create a compute. Based on that, like you will be using that compute cluster to create notebooks, right? So here in the GCP you can see the computes are here available, right? That I created, the cluster I created, the informations, and then in advance we have added the service principal. Sorry, the service account, which basically attached to, which has access to the BigQuery, as well as to the GCP GCS bucket. Right now in the environment setup, we first have to mount it, mount the GCS path. And then once the mount testing is done, then the next thing is to create the databases, like for bronze, silver, and the gold. It's done now. While creating the compute, important information is the quota. So you need to know the quota, which where you have value available, right? How many CPU quota is available. You need to set the value. In some of the places we may not have values available, like no value, like zero values. Then if you try to use those CPUs, you may not be able to turn on that, or run the cluster. It will throw you error. For an example, C3 CPUs, if you see the value is 0. If you're looking for a specific CPUs machines, then you have to request quota, like I did. I requested for a quota, and it got approved, and some of them were denied. for a specific reason, you need to reach out to the support team for further information. So the next thing is like once you have the database is ready, and then the next thing is creating a utility module where you have bronze layer where you load the data to the raw. Here it is reading all the folders, like a number of folders you pass it here, and then it reads the file and then write it like partition by load date. So every day it runs and then load to a different partition, and then the upsort where in the silver layer you are basically running a merge command, and it's looking for the max load date, which is the latest partition, and then load the data accordingly, right? Where it sees a new record, it loads that, insert it, and if it's there this change, then it's updated, right? And then the final layer is the gold layer where we are reading the data frame from the silver layer tables, and then we load the data to the gold layer, gold db, and further to the BigQuery. So this is the utility model, and then go to the main notebooks, which is like bronze, data processing, silver, and then gold. If you go each notebooks, here you can see the folders getting read by these functions, and then writing it into the table, bronze table. And then go to the next one where we have the silver basically reads all the bronze tables and then write it into silver tb. And then you go to the gold. In the gold, basically you're reading it and writing into final table, which is a order details, which has a combination of geographic information, the customer information, order details, and everything, right? Then that data is getting loaded to the gold db in the unity catalog, and that table is being read, and then we created a data frame out of it, and that is getting loaded into the BigQuery, further to the BigQuery. And we are also creating different aggregations like total revenue per seller, total order per customer, and so on. And so those tables data is getting loaded to the BigQuery as well for the dashboarding in the Power BI. So to automate this process, we created a workflow that you can see here. This when you click on this run now, and it starts running. And here you can see we have couple of runs available, successful runs. And then further to the task, where we created the multiple tasks into the workflow. First it runs the raw, which is the bronze, loading the data to the bronze, and then to the silver, and further to the gold, and to the BigQuery, the same task. And then here you can schedule it, trigger the job, you can add trigger daily, weekly, monthly. And then then you have the edit parameter. You can pass the parameters and the notifications, and adding permission whoever wants to access it. And then you can do Git integration as well, which is a DAB, database asset bundle, you can use. All right. And then you can have multiple maximum concurrent run, how many run you can how many job you can run at a time. So that is the information here. And then further, once that this job is triggered, then it will load the data to the tables, right? You can see different tables getting loaded here in the gold, right? This is the final table, order details, right now. And also to the BigQuery, also the data you can see the same notebook is loading the data to this tables, and that data is getting accessed in the Power BI. Now the data is ready in the BigQuery. And now the next step is to see the Power BI report. We build a Power BI report. How to build the Power BI report? You have to set up the connection. You have to click on the more and get data more, and then from search for the BigQuery. Inside the first option we'll be selecting, and then you try to connect, right? And then it will let you connect. I already have this information already updated. And then first time when you will try to connect, it will request for all this information, so you have to pass it on. And then you have to say, usually it is like, for me it was it's a single sign on SSO, but like I use my user ID, email ID to connect to that. I need to verify that when you go to the Gmail account, or the account that you have, and validate that, and it will let you connect to your source, like BigQuery. I can see all the tables here, and then you can select it and then load it. then the data is loaded here to the right. Right now you can see the dashboard that we built, and it's pretty dynamic. If you click on it, you can see this is changing, right? So that's how we we build this information. So this is a like end-to-end project that we built here. And I wanted to thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe the video, and if you want more information, you can reach out to us. We are here to help. Thank you.